Hey there, hypochondriacs and history buffs. Let's take a trip down memory lane. We're going back to a time when medical treatments were, shall we say, a little less than effective. Back then, surviving a disease was often a matter of luck, rather than, actual medicine. Imagine a time when doctors prescribed sneezing powder made from crushed mummy dust. Yep, you heard that right. They thought grinding up ancient Egyptians would cure the common cold. Spoiler alert, it didn't. So buckle up, folks. We're about to explore the wild world of historical medicine, where the cures were often worse than the disease. From bloodletting to bizarre potions, we've got it all covered. Stay tuned for a journey through the quirkiest corners of medical history.
Let's start with everyone's favourite medieval medical treatment, bloodletting. Got a headache? Drain some blood. Feeling feverish? Drain some more blood. Possessed by demons? You guessed it, drain that blood. The logic, if you can call it that, was that illnesses were caused by an imbalance of humours in the body. And by humours, they didn't mean bodily fluids that make you giggle. They meant blood, phlegm, black bile and yellow bile. Don't ask me what yellow bile is. I'm just as clueless as the medieval doctors were. The preferred method of bloodletting? Leeches, of course. And they used them for everything. Coming up next, a deep dive into the wonderful world of leech therapy. Ah, leeches, those slimy, blood-sucking creatures have been around for centuries, and believe it or not, they were once considered a medical marvel. In the 19th century, these little suckers were all the rage in the old medicine cabinet. They were thought to be a cure-all for a variety of ailments. Doctors used them for everything from treating infections to curing the plague, because why not? It was believed that leeches could balance the body's humours, a concept that was central to medical theory at the time. The idea was that leeches would suck out the bad blood causing the illness. This practice, known as bloodletting, was thought to cleanse the body of impurities. Never mind that they often left behind nasty infections. The medical community was so convinced of their benefits that they overlooked the risks. Hey, you win some, you lose some, right? The leech therapy was a gamble, but it was a gamble many were willing to take. The leech craze got so out of control that they were practically falling from the sky. People were desperate to get their hands on these so-called miracle workers. People were walking around with leeches stuck to their bodies like fashion accessories. It was a bizarre sight, but it was the norm back then. It was like a medieval version of those trendy face masks everyone's wearing these days. Just imagine the conversations at the time. There was even a booming market for leeches with prices skyrocketing. The demand was so high that it created a whole new industry. Leeches were big business, and everyone wanted a piece of the action. From doctors to farmers, everyone saw an opportunity to profit. Some people even started farming leeches to meet the high demand. These leech farms became quite the enterprise. It was a leech bonanza, and everyone was cashing in. The craze for leeches was a fascinating chapter in medical history. Now, if you thought bloodletting and leeches were bad, wait till you hear about trepanation. This ancient medical practice involved drilling a hole in someone's skull. Yes, you read that right, a hole in the head. Why, you ask? Well, they believed it could cure everything from epilepsy to migraines to, you guessed it, demonic possession. Apparently, drilling a hole in the head was like hitting the reset button on your brain. Or so they thought. Amazingly, some people actually survived this barbaric procedure, though I'm guessing they probably walked around with a permanent headache. And if you think that's wild, some cultures even used trepanation as a form of spiritual or ritualistic practice. They believed it could release evil spirits or connect them to the divine. Some individuals underwent this procedure multiple times, which is just mind-boggling. Section 5. The magical world of ancient potions. Now let's talk about ancient potions, because what's a good medical history lesson without a little bit of magic and superstition? Back in the day, people believed that all sorts of weird and wonderful ingredients could cure their ailments. We're talking about potions made from things like ground-up animal parts, rare herbs, and even precious stones. And don't forget the ever-popular mercury, because nothing says get well soon like a healthy dose of liquid metal. Surprisingly, some of these ancient remedies actually had medicinal properties, but many were downright dangerous. It's a good thing we've moved on to slightly more scientific methods, wouldn't you say? So next time you take a pill, remember the magical world of ancient potions. Section 6. Mercury, not just for thermometers, apparently. Speaking of dangerous substances, let's talk about mercury. This shiny, silvery metal might be fun to play with, but it's definitely not something you want to ingest. Unless, of course, you're a fan of tremors, memory loss, and organ failure. But back in the day, mercury was considered a wonder drug. They used it to treat everything from syphilis to constipation. Because, when in doubt, just add mercury. It's no surprise that mercury poisoning was rampant in the past, but hey, at least they didn't have to worry about things like heart disease and cancer, right? Because they were too busy dying from mercury poisoning. So, next time you see a thermometer, remember its deadly history. Section 7, thank goodness for modern medicine, mostly. So as we've seen, the history of medicine is full of hilarious, horrifying, and just plain bizarre treatments. From bloodletting to trepanation to mercury poisoning, our ancestors sure knew how to party. And by party, I mean suffer from preventable diseases. But hey, let's give them some credit. They were working with what they had, and their misguided attempts at medicine paved the way for the modern medical marvels we have today. I mean, sure, modern medicine has its own set of problems, like, have you seen the price of prescription drugs lately? But at least we're no longer drilling holes in each other's heads. Well, most of us aren't anyway. And with ongoing research, who knows what the future holds for medicine? Section 8, the future of medicine. Hopefully more hits than misses. So, what does the future hold for medicine? With rapid advancements in technology, the possibilities seem endless. Will we finally find a cure for the common cold? Scientists are working tirelessly, and breakthroughs are on the horizon. Will we all be walking around with robot limbs? Advanced prosthetics are becoming more sophisticated and lifelike every day. Will we finally figure out what yellow bile is? Ancient medical theories may seem outdated, but they paved the way for modern science. But one thing's for sure, the history of medicine is a constant reminder that we should never take our health for granted. From leeches to lobotomies, we've come a long way, and that we should always be skeptical of any treatment that involves leeches. It's a good reminder to question and research medical advice, so go forth and live your healthiest life. Embrace a balanced diet, regular exercise, and mental well-being. And remember, when it comes to your health, it's always best to err on the side of caution. Regular checkups and informed decisions are key. And by caution, I mean avoid anything that involves drilling holes in your head. Some ancient practices are best left in the past. The future is bright, and with any luck, we'll have more hits than misses. Let's look forward to a healthier, more advanced world. Section 9. Keep your mind healthy with Basta's Mind. Want to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to your health and well-being? Then subscribe to Basta's Mind for more mind-blowing content. We'll keep you informed, entertained, and maybe even a little bit grossed out. But hey, that's all part of the fun, right? Don't be a dummy like those mercury-guzzling folks from the past. Subscribe to Basta's Mind today. Your brain will thank you for it. Dive into the fascinating world of medical history. Learn from the past to improve your future. Basta's Mind is your gateway to a healthier, happier you. Gap 2S, Section 10, bonus round, weird and wacky medical facts. If you thought the ancient world of medicine couldn't get any crazier, buckle up. We're diving into some of the most bizarre and mind-boggling medical practices from history. These are the kinds of facts that make you grateful for modern medicine. Did you know that in ancient Egypt, doctors used moldy bread to treat wounds? That's right, they were harnessing the power of mold long before we understood its antibiotic properties. Yep, they were on to penicillin centuries before it was officially discovered. It's fascinating to think that such an advanced concept was in use so long ago. Or how about the medieval practice of powder of sympathy, where you could heal a wound by treating the weapon that caused it? This method was based on the idea that the weapon and the wound were mystically connected. Talk about thinking outside the box. The creativity and sheer audacity of these practices are truly something to marvel at. And let's not forget about the Victorian era's love affair with arsenic. This toxic substance was used in everything from face powder to wallpaper, despite its deadly effects. They used it in everything from face powder to wallpaper. Imagine living in a time when your beauty routine or home decor could be a health hazard. Safe to say, their interior decorating choices were to die for, literally. The risks people took in the name of fashion and style are astonishing. We've also got the tale of the dancing plague of 1518, a mysterious and eerie event where hundreds of people in Strasbourg danced uncontrollably for days on end. The cause of this strange phenomenon remains a mystery to this day. The doctors of the time prescribed more dancing as the cure. They believed that the afflicted needed to dance the illness out of their systems. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. The dancing plague eventually subsided, but not before causing numerous injuries and even deaths. So, whether it's ancient potions, bizarre treatments, or just plain wacky medical practices, history is full of surprises. These stories remind us of the lengths humans have gone to in the pursuit of health and healing. History is full of surprises. And while some of these methods seem laughable now, they were serious attempts to solve real problems. And here at Basta's Mind, we're all about bringing those surprises straight to you. We love exploring the weird, wild, and wonderful world of medical history. Make sure to subscribe for more weird, wild, and wonderful medical history facts. Your curiosity is what keeps us going. Gap 3S. That's it for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the strange and fascinating world of historical medicine. Remember, keep your mind healthy and your curiosity alive with Basta's Mind. See you next time. Stay curious and stay healthy.